There are days that I can call the good old days that were back when I was entertained by any thought that you had, because I considered knowing anything on your mind was alright. Since whether it was right or wrong to know about your expressions when you revealed anything, I could know your true colors. Having such a mentality caused me not to mind when you decided not to be polite, because knowing you better was going to strengthen our friendship. However, my side of the story was different, since I avoided taking advantage of being open-minded for me not to confront you in a way that might have affected you. I prefer to be inquisitive about what to do to prove to you that my loyalty to you was straightforward. That was the right thing for me to do, instead of aiming for me and you to respond to each other equally. But since I'm a man, I don't have to fight with nature by not doing things for my own good to secure my future. Although certain chances are once in a while, like the way it was for David Jones when the only time he could be on land was once in a decade. I still stay determined by making my strategies become mature for professional purposes that can be visible eventually. When you understand what it is like to feel the heat, even though it's no longer hot, don't act like you forgot how it got harsh when you fought for your life. That's because you ought to learn from experience. When you understand what it's like to feel the heat, even though it's no longer hot, don't act like you forgot how it got harsh when you fought for your life. That's because you ought to learn from experience. All the years of my life when I was off duty for a decade haven't been wasted in any way. After being on a break, I didn't rest for an interval that is valid in the working experience duration for building a career. I pushed hard till I deserved the right to be on a break because of becoming qualified locally and internationally. I fought for my life through straightforward methods instead of getting engaged in rear door activities. Nothing is funny when being thoughtful is vital. When knowledge has to be clear, it is pointless to entertain peer pressure that can cause lack of concentration. My decision to make adequate preparations in advance while I was off duty enabled me not to be a victim of a fate that has consequences that cause frustration. Like a Maasai when they are not afraid of dying, when they face a lion with a spear. Now that I am already safe, I don't have to be concerned about assuring a lady who can't mind being my dear that I am not a victim of dependency, even if she can decide to leave me. When you understand what it's like to feel the heat, even though it's no longer hot, don't act like you forgot how it got harsh when you fought for your life. That's because you ought to learn from experience. experience. When you understand what it's like to feel the heat, even though it's no longer hot, don't act like you forgot how it got harsh when you fought for your life. That's because you ought to learn from experience.